am Sure Sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is Righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the date done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good morning. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Manningsman, your host. All right, I need to know that you're hearing me clearly and that you're hearing me loudly. So if you are, please let me know that you're hearing me. Welcome to the platform again. It's always good to be here with you. Big up to Fabi Frano, Miracle Karim. Big up Richie Richards from New York. There you go. Ogilvy always says, city so nice, they name it twice. Steph Curry, you understand me? Not the original, you understand me? But still a Curry nonetheless. You know, Tyrone Williams up, man, more blessings every time. When you say different background. Yeah man. Roland Malcolm up and running. You understand me? All things good. Demo Dre Liverpool. Alex Reed. You know, bless up yourself, one and all. You understand me? First, I want to thank all of you for all the good words of encouragement as we were out here focusing on this U15 trials. This U15 trials that took place over the weekend. You understand me? Out in Port St. Lucie. Really wonderful time. I mean, lots and lots of talent. Sorry. And if we just find a way as a nation to maximize the talent out here, I think it would argue well for our football going forward. We are going to speak a little bit about that, but the press conference was just completed. Coach Hal Grimson spoke to the people, and I'm going to give you some updates from the press conference. So the squad was named 23-man squad. Will be going over there to play against Mexico. And from the games against Trinidad, 7 players were selected. So I'm going to give you the names of the 23 players that were called up. You have Kemar Taxi Lawrence, Amal Knight, new player, Jonathan Russell. We're going to talk a little bit about him. Ethan Pinnock, Kanaya Boyce Clark, Corey Burke, Amari Bell, Jamal Lowe, Bobby Reed, Demario Phillips, Kevon Lambert, Jamali Waite, Kaheem Paris, Richard King, Trevante Stewart, Javane Brown, Leon Bailey, Damian Lowe, Shamar Nicholson, Dexter Lembikisa, Daniel Johnson, Ravel Morrison, and Adrian Mariappa. All right, I'm going to give you a picture of that. But that is the 23 player squad that will start preparation tomorrow morning, and they go all the way up to Thursday. They leave, I believe, on Friday for Mexico. The game is on Sunday at 8 p.m. As usual, before we even get any further into the video, we did not have any Super Friday. Super Friday is when we ask our subscribers to give to the channel through super stickers and super chat, right? You have to make this Super Monday for all the work that was done out in Port St. Lucie to unearth Jamaican talent. So how do you do that? Hit the like button right now. Subscribe. If you have not yet subscribed, you need to subscribe to the platform and also share the content with someone. But you can also support the work of I Am Sure Sport by giving a super chat or a super sticker. Go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to go on my phone, right? Because I don't ask you to do anything that I won't do. So I'm going to go on my phone and I am going to send this to some persons in my contact just for them to know that the show is on, and if they have not yet subscribed, then they will subscribe. I do that every time that I do a show. So go ahead, do that right now. There you go. Bam. Just sent it. I'm going to send it to 5 more. So in total, I would have sent it to 10 persons in just a few seconds. All right. Can you do that for me? Please just join me in that effort. Send it to any 10 right now. All right, see if we can get the video up to as early as possible, over 100 persons on the live. Big up Marlon Nelson. Yeah, man. So notable absentees, and there Omari Hutchinson. Let me just speak to that. The coach said that Omari Hutchinson would have been a part of the squad, but he opted out because of personal reasons. All right. So Omari Hutchinson is out. He opted out because of personal reasons. So Omari Hutchinson, um, he we believe that he had a good game in Montego Bay. He played well in Montego Bay. Didn't have the best of game um, in Kingston, but we all were expecting him to be a part of the squad. We don't know, but like I said, he was not selected. Well, he was selected, but like the head coach said, he opted out at this time for personal reasons. But in the same breath, the coach did speak about the possibility of playing other games where Omari Hutchinson and more of the other young players would get an opportunity to continue to play and develop, because they are going to serve as an important part of what the team will be doing going forward. And that also includes Dujan Whisper Richards. He is going to be a part of that group of players as well. Um, they also asking about Kidda Taylor Hart, and he made mention that yes, all of those players, it's a little difficult, but the plan is to have them all a part of the team going forward. All right. So so that's it. All right. Not only that, not a good look. England call Dean Fraser. You said England call Omari Hutchinson. Really? No, no, that's not it. All right. So let's look at other things. So the other person, I know that a lot of persons felt like Dujan Whisper Richards uh, should have been selected. The coach didn't up to select him at this time, but he said that there's a lot going on in the player's life at this time, and he's making a big move, and that factored into the decision not to have him as part of the squad at this time. But and I think this is probably um, in the best interest of the player, given all the stuff that are happening around him. I also think like uh, in that position, right? In that position, the option up front, I believe, will be Shamar Nicholson, and maybe the other players there in Mexico probably can put in a shift, and maybe the coach felt like, okay, let me go with a little bit of experience for this, and then going ahead, um, we can always we can always have other opportunities for Dujan Whisper Richards. I know some persons were also asking about uh, Andre Gray. What is the reason for the non-selection? No questions were asked in the press conference about the exclusion of Andre Gray. So any sort of answer would be uh, based primarily on just speculation. Kemar Taxi Lawrence is back as well. Um, and so if you look at the left backs right now, there are two left backs, all right? Two, right? One is Kemar Taxi Lawrence, the other is Amari Bell. At right back, we have Javian Brown, and we also have Dexter Lembikisa. I think that's four solid players in those positions. In the goal, we have Kanaya Boyce Clark. You also have in goal, you have Amal Knight, who gets a recall. That's two. And the third goalkeeper is Jamali Waite. Of course, you know that Andre Blake is injured and is out, right? So I think, given the choices that we have, that's not bad in terms of goalkeeper selection. Three goalkeepers, all right. I cannot answer Ricardo Robinson. I cannot answer the the question on um, Andre Gray because no questions was asked about his omission. Therefore, any answer given about his omission, like I said, would be based predominantly on people speculating. And something like this, you probably don't want to speculate. You want to have the best of decision. Let me just take this one and then we'll get into some other info. I see Hazard saying better Omari did wait a 3 year for England call him. Why? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Omari Hutchinson would have been in the squad, Hazard. So why would you say that? Why would you say that? All right, I see Dean Fraser saying that I should just remember he told me so. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, I see Pesa saying that Amal should have stayed in the USA. Well, I'm glad that somebody's opinion based. So I've given you, right? I've given you the three goalkeepers, right? The three goalkeepers are Jamali Waite, Kanaya Boyce Clark, Amal Knight. All right. The center backs in the squad, we have four, right? You have Ethan Pinnock, no questions about his call up. Richard King, Adrian Mariappa, and Damian Lowe. All right. All right. All right. Big up Star. Yeah. Oh, geez. I'm not there. I'm out in Florida, Star Boys. Yeah, yeah. That's my place. Yeah. You have to give me the address. You have anything to drop off, I can give you the house. You can go by the house. Up and running. All right. Left back, you have Kemar Lawrence and you also have Amari Bell. I believe that Bell will start. That's my opinion. Javane Brown and Dexter Lembikisa. All right. In the holding midfield, you have, all right, Jonathan Russell. Yeah. You also have Kevon Lambert, who can play there. Daniel Johnson, who is like a number 8, and Demario Phillips, who plays more like a number 8. He's also in it. And the number 10 you'd say is Ravel Morrison. I told people last week, you have nothing out there that says that where Kemar said that he has retired from international football. He said that he would at some point. He didn't say that he did it. So I think sometimes um there's nothing. He did not retire from international football, so he's not like coming back to international football. Remember, Kemar Taxi Lawrence was also supposed to be a part of the Cameroon game. All right, I soon send it to you, DM, man. You don't know, man. But it 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 the whole flight thing got messed up, so that is why we did not see him in the Cameroon game. All right, that's it. That's it. But he's there. All right. So that's it. So those are some. That's 16. Now you have in terms of the wing players, you have uh, Leon Bailey. You have Kahim Paris. You also have Bobby Reed. And you have Jamal Lowe. And up front, you have 3 strikers: Shamar Nicholson, Corey Burke, and Trevante Stewart gets a call up. All right. So that is the 23 players. So you have 3 center forwards, you have 4 attacking wingers, you have 2 D mids, then you have a combination of number 8s and number 10 with Ravel, right? You have 4 wing backs, 2 for the right, 2 for the left. You have 4 center backs, and you have 3 goalkeepers. Hutchinson, Dayan McKenzie. Hutchinson is out because of personal reasons. Greg Lee is recovering from injury. I did say that, Greg Lee is not in the squad. Right? Hey Dre Any Weather. People, today is Dre Any Weather birthday. Alright? Big up yourself, Dre Any Weather. Happy birthday, Dre Any Weather on your Earth Strong. You understand me? Yeah. Kwame, you don't, right? Kwame. Sometimes you guys say things you have no. You cannot prove nothing that you say, people. You see, sometimes, let me say this, and we do it to our athletes. There are times when some of our athletes do not go and participate, and we don't know, and we say all kind of things. right? All kind of things, all right? We say all kind of things and we don't know, we don't have no clue, we have no proof, and we say all kind of things. Kwame, Omari Hutchinson has family watching, and there is a personal reason. So just leave it alone. Sometimes you need to leave things alone that you don't know, and don't put out things about people that you don't know. It's better you ask a question, or better you propose a hypothetical, but don't come out and say things that you don't know, because they're relatives of the person watching and they have personal issues at times that is paining them, and people come out and make trivial statements about it and they have no clue. Do not do that. And this is part of the problem on social media. Without proof, we say a whole heap of things. All right? Let us desist from doing that for the sake of the football and challenge the things that are yeah, challenge the things that we can prove. Let's discuss why one player was called over the other, because we can put stats and those things together. But what we don't know, we did it with Usain Bolt, we did it with Shelley and Fraser Price, we did it with Elaine Thompson, all of these things. Elaine didn't run a race and people say it's because she's pregnant. We don't know these things. So what we don't know, and let me say it again, they have relatives who sometimes are feeling the pain of what they are going through. And here's what happened. They are on the platform and they just come off. They just stop listening because it hurts them to hear how people speak about their family issues that they are going through. And we talk like we are their fathers and their mothers and their brothers, and they live in our homes, and they told us to come out and say this. It's not so. All right? It's not so. I'm not going to leave that alone. All right. So let's move on. So let's talk about actual players in the team. I am glad to see John Russell. It means to me that we are making steps to fix this um, defensive midfield issue that we have been having. We have been without a CDM, and so the fact that we did that is important. Um, yeah, because uh, people. So the next when the Gold Cup, you will see Mario. Just leave it alone, all right? What I'll say is that when you hear some of these things that you don't know, pray for the people. Just do that, no man. Just pray for the people because you don't know. And when I say these things, when I say these things, I speak to my own self. Okay, so let's move on from that. But tell me, I mean, and the lines are open. What do you think about the inclusion of uh, Jonathan Russell? Jonathan Russell. This is he's a big player, people. He's a big player. So tell me, for those of you who have been tracking him, a lot of persons have been saying, yeah, he needs to be in the team. He's here now. Do you think he is the solution to our CDM issue? He's 22 years old. He's 6'4". Big up Tennessee. Yeah, 6'4" people. He plays in League One. What you want to know about him? Listen, this is a big guy, right? Big guy. Hey, Mr. Porter, you know many times the people them ask me about John Russell, and me just don't answer the phone because me never want to tell them anything, because they keep asking me, but me have to go around it because me never want to let out who the thing is going to be. You understand me, Mr. Porter? Because you know what the thing going on. But he's a central midfielder. Um, yeah, 22 years old. Listen, this guy can be around and develop. Like I said, 6'4", right? He plays at a CDM, right? Yeah. So he plays for Barnsley. He can also play. His main position is central midfield, but he can play um, defensive or attacking midfield, depending on the where you want him. His value is just below $1 million, right? Yeah. So, yep. I mean, I think he played 7 games in the championship as well. So, first call up, I think this is a good one. I think this is a good one for him. All right. Um, yeah, yeah, just below a million, and some site they have it as a million. I am glad that Dexter is also called. I'm not surprised by his inclusion, right? I think Kwame. All right, Kwame. Me know you're there far, You live down all the way down in Senti. But Kwame, I keep on saying, do not put up people's name unless you know that them have a passport. First question you need to ask yourself when you're going to ask if a player is not called. Ask yourself, does the player own a Jamaican passport? If the player don't have a Jamaican passport, he cannot be called up. No, who said that? You man bad me up. No. You understand me? If you don't have a people, let me say it again. If you don't have a Jamaican passport, you cannot be called to the Jamaican team. All right. So the first thing people are going to need to be called up is a Jamaican passport. So what we have to do is ascertain. Oh, the man ask me why me ask question. No. Man ask me why me ask the question then. All right. So I ask the question because it is there are two CDMs. There are two CDMs that the coach called, but he answered it later in one of his responses when he said that he could play two CDMs, which would be Russell, and he mentioned Lambert. He also mentioned Daniel Johnson as well, and Ravel. So he says he has a lot more option in that area. So the reason why I ask is if you watch the games, and I was just basing it on the games that we had seen earlier, right? That he basically deployed Ravel deeper in the games. So I'm wondering because Ravel is the only number 10, true number 10 in the team right now. So I got my answer. Ravel is going to play in that number 10 position. I don't expect Ravel to be coming back deep. And then he went on and said that, and he was also not fit. So when you look at those things, you realize, yeah, you realize that that it was a good question, man. I heard somebody who they referred to as Mr. Reed sounded pretty much like Alex. And when I heard this question, I was like, huh? I think it may have been Alex, you know. Very, very what can I say? Strange question by uh, Mr. Reed, as he was referred to in the press conference. But I think it's a really balanced squad. I really would have loved to have seen Omari Hutchinson in the squad. But again, understandably, when some of these things happen, I always tell people above everything else, family is important. And important to you is your, yeah. DJ, I don't think DJ is a number 10. I feel like DJ is more of a box to box who can play in the number 10. Yeah. Yeah, and this is it, Eagle Republic. Someone did ask that. I think Alex was talking about that, but he never had his question written down. He never had his questions written down, and because he never had his questions written down, I think it was a little bit jumbled. But the question should have been, um, the question should have been, you know, Mexico, it appears, are leaving their better players at home in preparation for the Jamaican game, right? So it is going to be a difficult tie. What are your expectations? That kind of should have been the question. But how Alex asked it, the coach had to take off his glasses like he said, huh? 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 you know. But listen, to all the persons who actually helped Russell to get his document, this was expedited. Think like Ian Campbell, and there were others who kind of worked to ensure that this was done fast enough. You have to put your hands together for them, right? Big up Jason, who is also in the chat as well. Met him yesterday. Cool dude. He said, man, I thought you were taller. Me and the man at the same height, people. And the man said, thought I was taller. The man expect me to be taller than him. Yo, but there's a brother named Lulu in a them chat. The man big like Shaquille O'Neal. I am telling you. Yeah. Um, yeah, man. So big up to the persons who sometimes work to to get these things done. Sometimes we don't give them a lot of credit. You understand me? But kudos to uh, Ian and Mr. Devon Porter, who helped in ensuring that the process was done. Yeah. I believe so, Marlon Nelson. I believe that they're actually saving their better players for Jamaica. People, someone said to me, management, I don't understand. They said, how come you only have 5,000 subscribers? And I said to them, you know what? Really and truly, I, I haven't really been around long enough. And they said, okay. So they asked me how long, and I told them. So they said to me, no, man. This has to change. Your content is so good that you should have way more subscribers. Right? So people, don't let the people them say that again. You understand me? Please, me, I beg you. Please, enter. Please, enter. So right now, just work with the thing, hit up the subscription button. I'm going to post the squad now for those of you who didn't get the names when I actually gave them out. I'm going to I'm going to post it right now so you can all have it at your disposal. All right. So here you go. Let me give it to you all. All right. Um, yeah. So let me share the squad, people. For those of you who you probably I didn't do justice to the name in terms of pronunciation. All right, come on, people, hit the like button so I can show you the squad now, man. Yeah, it is the coach's first game as a Mexican coach, and this is the first official game in terms of competition that our coach will be coaching the Jamaican team as well. First one. All right, so here we go, people. This is the squad. All right, let me know if you're seeing it and you're getting all the names. All right, take your time and go through it. And let me know if you want me to make it bigger. Hey, Rob Smith, ease yourself, you know. No Whisper, no Hutchinson. Hutchinson again is out because of personal reasons, and the coach explained why Whisper is out. Yeah. All right. Somebody's saying that make it bigger, not a problem. So I'll make it bigger for you, and I'll go the goalkeepers first. The, all right, and the defenders. If you can't see that, I don't think, and then I'm going to give it the rest. Right. So some missing, I'll give it the rest. All right. So let's let's do it this way. Is that better? Let me remove this comment. All right. So can you see the names? Jamali Wade of Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Kanaya Boyce Clark of Reading, Amal Knight of Lexington, Amari Bell, Luton Town, Ethan Pinnock of Brentford, Dexter Lembikisa Wolves, Adrian Mariappa of Unattached, Damian Lowe, Philadelphia Union, Richard King, Cavaliers, Javane Brown, Vancouver Whitecaps, Kemar Lawrence of Minnesota United, Jonathan Russell, Barnsley, Bobby Reed, Fulham, Demario Phillips, Mount Pleasant, Kevon Lambert, Phoenix Rising, Daniel Johnson, Preston North End, Ravel Morrison, still listed as DC United. All right, let's go to the center forwards, right? Jamal Lowe, Bournemouth, but he's on loan, as you all know, at QPR. Corey Burke of New York Red Bulls, formerly of Philadelphia Union. Trevante Stewart of Mount Pleasant. Shamar Nicholson of Spartak Moscow, Leon Bailey of Aston Villa, and Kahim Paris from Dynamo Kiev in the Ukraine. Honestly, given the injury to Mikel Antonio, given the personal reasons for Omari Hutchinson, and the injury to Andre Blake, I think this is a very good squad. Like who else you believe could have been called up? Who else? Like, give me some players, or you can call in. Give me some players that you believe that should have been in the team. All right, Kayland. Once the show is finished, you will see the press conference will come up on the channel, so you can watch it there. All right, here. Yeah, I honestly believe that this is a strong, balanced squad, right? So if you have some names, all right. Chad, you can't say that, man. You think a man would clubs pay so much money in terms of transfer because a player is not good? I think Greg Lee is a good question. Live 11 radio. Greg Lee, let me take a couple of these. Big up Andrew 55. He said if Maps and Ravel can make it, Judge can play. All right, I hear that. I hear that. That maybe you have a very good point there. All right. Um, yeah. But I don't expect Mariappa to start though. I think he's there for a different reason, for his seniority, and he has been around the team longer than even Anthony Grant, and so on that I can see. All right, yeah. So that's it with Mariappa. All right. So I don't see how he gets in as one of the experienced player, having not played those things. Oh, he's bantering Kayland. He must be bantering. He cannot be serious that Leon Bailey not good. All right. um, Cephas, I did say, like, given that Cephas is a winger and there is Kahim Paris, and to be fair to Kahim Paris, I will say this: he has not had a lot of playing time, though he has been in many squads for Jamaica. I don't think he has been given a lot of playing time yet. For us to say, look at the amount of games he played. He has not played. Do you know that Karim Paris has not played like 100 minutes yet for Jamaica? When you add up all the time that he has played, all right. So, so I think there you go. All right, Karim Paris. Then you have Jamal Lowe, who has been having a good season. You have Leon Bailey and you have Bobby Reed. So that's the four wingers. I find it hard to see how even Norman Campbell, who is doing well, or even a Junior Fleming, I kind of find it hard to see how they'll break in. I cannot. It would be very hard for the coach to remove Kaim Paris and bring in any of those players. What would have been interesting is if I think what would have been interesting is if Omari were available, who would have been sacrificed? That I think that would be the issue. All right. So Kaim Paris is Cephas is one of those names that you can't. Yeah. All right. Now the other person people are saying Greg Lee. I think because of Greg Lee coming back from injuries, haven't been playing a whole lot. I think probably that factored in terms of his non-inclusion. All right. And then Taxi. The truth is that Taxi has been, whether you like him or not, Taxi has been playing well. And I'm going to say this, right? I used to give the players a hard time when I see their play on the field. But when you begin to understand, some of the situations, the environment that the players are in, it is it is tough, people. Like if you're an accountant and when you go to work, you don't have the necessary things. You're gonna look bad, You don't have calculator, you don't have pen, you don't have all the things you need to do your work. You're going to look bad. If a barber doesn't have his shear and he doesn't have a scissors, you're going to look bad. Not because you cannot do the job, but you don't have the necessary stuff. And even with Kemar Taxi Lawrence, a lot of his issue, on the field was because of the off-field issues that they had with the the federation. Now that the coach has come in and has sought to help to fix those things, I think we could see a difference because Taxi is playing well at his club. And for those of you who think that the coach is going to play 4-3-3, he answered that in different ways. He spoke about using two CDM. He could use two CDM. So I don't see the coach using the 4-4-2 formation based on how he responded. Based on how he has responded, I don't see us going to the 4-3-3. Again, thanks for the super. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, Andrew, thanks again. Thanks for the super stickers. Thanks for the people who continue to show love, continue to like the video. Fresh God always stay. Thanks, Dave Stone. Always stay, Fresh God. How many likes we have? Who again I heard brought up. So I've answered what my thoughts are. People, remember, you can also call in and give your opinion, And here's the thing you have to big up Taxi for. If yeah. All right, cool. All right, let's get it up to 150 likes, right? For example, if a player says that he's done with football, and a new coach comes in, remember again that Taxi he made himself available for when Jamaica played Cameroon. It just never worked out in terms of playing and flying. All right. I think the fact that even if he said he was done with international football, I think it is big that he has decided to come back. So I think if you start Greg Lee as an example, not Greg Lee, Amari Bell, who played good against Argentina, say he picks up an injury. Taxi is a good experienced player to put in. Whisper did the coach felt like with all that is happening with Whisper, it would be good at this time not to call him. He wants him to be a part of the future, and so he's going to be a part of the team going forward. But for this particular game, he felt like, with all that is happening with the transfer and around him, that he needed to focus on that. And that is the plausible reason given. Andre Gray. All right. Andre Gray. Yeah. All right. Has been scoring some goal over there in Greece. If he was called up, I would not have a problem with him being called up. All right. But I don't think like Corey Burke is a bad call up. For me, Andre Gray is a better goal scorer than Burke. Definitely. Better goal scorer by far. But I just foresee Jamaica having to do a lot of work, and I don't think Andre Gray's work rate is the highest. But I can tell you this. In the games that he has played for Jamaica, Andre Gray has produced the goods in terms of his hold-up play and his goal scoring. I am telling you. The player that I really like. Player that I really like. No, man, Taxi never turned his back on Jamaica. Hey, people, honestly, people, let me say this. We need to hear from the people. Do not, hey, I'm learning every day, And the more I talk to players and parents and all of these things, trust me, it is the more I realize the impression that we have sometimes. The impression we have sometimes is so far from the truth. Like, we have some thoughts about the players, we have some thoughts about them. It is not true. And sometimes you need to talk to them. You need to be respectful to hear them. Like, I think Taxi is a person that you want to hear from, because a lot of these guys, if even when they are venting their frustration, they don't tell you all that they go through. If some of these listen, if some of you went through some of the things that some of these players went through representing the national team, you would stop. There you go, Brando. If some of you went through what some of these players went through to represent this national team, you would possibly not play for Jamaica again. But still yet they put on the jersey and they go out there. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, listen, I'm not saying that Bell isn't playing the best right now. What I'm saying is that Taxi is not playing bad. And if Bell gets injured, you don't want to remove Lemby Keys and put him over there. Because what if Javian Brown gets injured? You understand me? You have to have balance. I think the squad is balanced. No, remember, Antonio is injured, so he's not in the squad. I don't even hear people talking. Listen, this is the first time the coach is going to do a game with Ethan Pinnock. And let me tell you this. I think the experience, the maturity, the work rate, the class of Ethan Pinnock will get this Jamaica team playing well. I think right now, to me, one of the biggest thing right now is Ethan Pinnock's inclusion. I think this is going to help Jamaica significantly in terms of our organizational structure. It is a good team to me. Yeah. Yeah, man. Listen, taxis are very good. But what I will say, Amari Bell is probably having his best season, his best season as a player. I think this is Amari Bell. Somebody can tell me if he has had a better season than this season. The man play left sided centre back and left back. All right, we have the ultra boss in the building. All right, ultra boss.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm calling to gather the information on the squad as I was.
Oh, you don't have it.
No. I contacted the press secretary about a link, and the phone was hung up in my ears. I got a
Hey,
link, and I went into the press conference. I was left in the waiting room, even though I messaged, and the message was read that I was here as a legitimate member of the media representing Dre Anyweather Sports from Palm Beach, Florida, as their international Jamaica correspondent. So, yeah. Anyway, so I those battles will be dead. The focus on the squad and the game. You understand? Because that's what I want. But Martin, the squad that is picked, I'm seeing what you have up there with the midfield and the forward line. As I said, at all times I was going to respect the coach and the squad he selected, even though I may have different preferences as to be there. But then again, I'm not the coach. He knows what he's looking for. And so we have to allow him the latitude to select the squad and hope these players can be there. I do think, though, I was pretty shocked that Andre Gray was not included, especially with Mikel Antonio injured, because they're about the same age. And he has been scoring goals over there in Cyprus, where he is, right? Let me take off the sunglasses. He's been scoring goals. So I was a bit surprised. That's a surprise to me. And the inclusion of Kaim Paris over Cephas, who has been playing more regularly for his club, and he has also played in Europe. I find surprising, but if that's how the coach sees it, that's how the coach sees it. Kaim Paris is pretty much a start and stop season, and he's had some injuries. So I don't know. How do you see it? And the backline thing, I'll have to wait until you put up
Oh,
the other players so I
can't do
can
it.
see.
I didn't. Oh, I thought you saw that. All right. So based on what you have said so far, you only, I mean, 98% of the squad is good so far. So that's not bad.
But they a particular coach. But the second change, and I can change my mind.
Okay.
All of a sudden, it's not like pregnancy. If you decide to keep the baby, you have to keep the baby. But then, if he says he's retiring from international football, and he wants to come back and play international football, so be it. As long as the coach sees it as a good fit, I don't think these are things that you can cast a man in stone. Remember, particularly by new coaches. That's not a phenomenon. Um, Cristiano Ronaldo has been brought into the middle and the fold of the Poland, the Portugal team. Now that Roberto Martinez is the manager, the manager has asked him to keep
Hey,
on with his career.
and Duklan, let me just say this. Duklan, I know you're trying to be funny, but those things are very serious, bro. You can't do that, Duklan, man. You should know better than that.
Jamali,
All right.
Jamali Waite,
So,
Connor Boyce
hold
Clark,
on, hold on, hold
and
on there, Cataract. Me have to ask, Duklan, I don't want to delete the message, so please, sir, I'm going to ask you to take. You can't put up the message there, Duklan, man. You're a big, you can't do that, Duklan, man. You have to be more responsible than that. You may take it as jest, but people will walk away from this believing that there's some sort of connection. So don't. No, I know you're trying to be funny. I understand that, but there are some persons who watch it that don't know that, and you have to be a
yeah,
little bit more responsible. You can't do that to the player or to the coach or to me. All right, lots of respect. All right, all right.
no,
You go ahead,
no,
Keter,
no,
because we have
no,
also
no,
Dean. Yeah, man.
no funny man business. No funny man business.
Didn't
Let's
didn't
let's
didn't,
let's
didn't
keep it
Messi
serious.
didn't Messi retire one time?
Yes, poor little players retire and come back. I'm saying to you, Zlatan Ibrahimovic retired, and when Sweden got a new coach, they called him back up again. And I'm sure if Zlatan is age 60 and a coach comes in, he will ask Zlatan, "Are you okay to come play for Sweden?" Because they don't have a big pool. So it is absolutely a non-issue. A player can retire and unretire. It's not in the Jamaican constitution. It's there's no law being broken. There's no FIFA regulation being transgressed against. So I wouldn't want us to delay a moment on that, but to welcome back Taxi, hope that he's fit and ready to run in Mexico if called upon by the coach. Plain and simple. So I asked you who was the third goalkeeper. 'Cause I saw Boris Clark and then I saw a name that I can't make out.
Jamali Wait and
The
Amal
third,
Knight.
no man, Jamali Waite I see man and Boris Clark. I'm talking about the third
Amal
name,
Knight.
Amal
Amal Knight.
Knight.
Yeah.
Amal Knight. Okay. I think Kemar Foster might feel a little hard done by, considering he pulled off some very good saves. But if the goalkeeping coach and the coach were not fully impressed by what they saw, then you know what I mean. One can only give them the benefit of the doubt. But I thought Kemar Foster did put down a marker um, to be included in the squad. That's my view. But again, I'm saying I'm not nitpicking on that. And the defenders, I kind of bad. Amari Bell, you can just read them out, please, Mannings.
Amari Bell, Ethan Pinnock, Dexter Lembikisa, Adrian Mariappa, Damian Lowe, Richard King, Javian Brown, and Kemar Lawrence.
Right.
Yeah.
Adrian Mariappa, Damian Lowe, Adrian Mariappa, Richard King. Is that Jamoy Topi or Javian Brown?
No. Jamai
Javian
Tupi didn't
Brown
make it.
and Kemar Lawrence. He didn't make the team.
So,
Okay.
Cataract, what I'm going to do, I'm
Um,
going to let Demo speak. I was asking if you have the team, that's why I was saying to you so I can send it to you so you can look at it because it look like you can't see it.
oh, you can
That may
send it. You
ask.
can send it to me. I told you I
Yes,
made the
Cataract.
request. No,
I
I didn't. I told you I made the request of the press officer.
So
The message was read and ignored.
Alex status is bigger than yours because Alex was in the press conference.
No, but as I said, there's a different time to deal with those matters, and there's a different way. There's a press association of Jamaica, and there's a press association of Florida, so they can deal with it a different way. So I don't want to overshadow the thing. Don't have no great big ego in that respect,
All right, let me
right?
hear what Demo has to say
They
because I know he's at work. So let us.
Demo, well,
Yeah. Demo, go ahead, Demo. Give us your
Yeah,
thoughts.
man. Big up Cataract, big up Mannings, man. From an undisclosed location. And big up everybody in the comment section. Big up for yourself. Listen, when we call Mannings, man, 11 more I'm picking up. We want to see some 11s I get picked. and that me call for more 11s. But
no, the man have 11 a fascination with 11, like he want to be a coach. Man,
well,
you can't sponsor him for go for the D license.
no man, but honestly though, I don't have no major issues with the squad based off the players who we have available and who injured and all of that kind of stuff. I am one big advocate for Andre Gray anytime, any place, anywhere. I'm not sure of his exact stats, but I'm sure the man have at least 2 goals and an assist or 2 assists and a goal every time he play. Like when he play for Jamaica, him record that
Yeah.
good and his hold up play is excellent. I'd have him in Jamaica's team, and especially to go and play against Mexico. So I'm not sure why. I mean, I hear people they say him not really play good in the league with him, whatever. But I mean, I'd have Andre Gray. That's probably the only omission for me, the more that kind of question. Just because of my personal bias that anyway. So apart from that, more want to see some 11s I get picked. Zine man is man, that's all my call for say. But see you put up the other team, we can put in the position them and you pick a 11 based off of the formation where you think will go. All right, boss?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, cool.
Pick up yourself.
You know what is funny though?
Yeah.
That from the probably this is good as well that we have two of the players from the U20 in the squad. Although one didn't play, Dexter Lembikisa, who was in, and Kanaya Boys Clark, because they were a part of the under 20 tournament last time around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So just sort that out for me when they get a chance. All right, make everybody else call and then they can probably close with it or something.
So,
Because I just
so
want to see what the team would look like
Okay.
to
Okay.
face this Mexico team. Because I hear you say something
let me
like,
let me give him some information so that we have the facts. This is Andre Gray. Let me give you Andre Gray's statistics for this year. In the European Conference League, he has played 4 games, scored 5 goals and 1 assist. 4 games, 5 goals and 1 assist in
what?
Europe. In the Super League, he has played 25 games, 6 goals, 2 assists, and his team is in the SL1 playoff.
And tell me his
So
Jamaican stats, Cataract. Tell me him Jamaican stats.
for Jamaica, he has played 13 games, 3 goals.
So much game in play? Him not start
Yes,
all
but
of them.
remember, hold on. No. I can tell you how much game he starts. He hasn't started very many games, but I'll tell you that in a moment.
Mm-hmm. But judging from those stats, man, definitely I have Andre Gray now. Like that's crazy. I mean, why wouldn't he get called? From where Cataract just to say no Mannings, man. Why wouldn't he get called?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Cataract probably still look for the stats. But mega listen, near Mannings, man. So big up
All right.
yourself.
All right. Yeah, man. All right, Dimo, big up yourself. Yeah, Cataract look like he's frozen, and it could be just personal preference.
So
It
I'm
it could
frozen.
be.
I'm frozen.
Yeah, yeah. All right, your time now. Here and you know. Yeah, man. No.
No, I'm saying that he has only played 90 minutes for Jamaica twice in those 13 games. So he's not a starter. He generally comes off the bench.
It is very
So you have
difficult.
to put that in perspective. But I'm not going to sit here and question the coach. The coach sees
You
what
know.
he sees and he's building.
Yeah, you know what is funny, Cataract, is that sometimes coaches do those things. You know, they take their preferences. Look at England coach Southgate. Ben White is probably playing the best as a right back, and he doesn't call him. Right now, I think Ben White is
No,
probably England's best right back. What do you think?
no, Rob Smith, you go and
Hello,
name the
good
team.
All right, hold on,
No,
Ketara. Narsan. Narsan?
Yes, long time Mannings man. Long time with the chat. All right. So am I on? You hearing me?
You hearing Ketara?
yeah, but I'm hearing.
Yeah, man. We have a call.
Get
All right.
right.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, Narsan.
All right. So Mannings man officially more of a big up Cataract again
Hold on. We
on
want to,
his interviews
hold
that
on. We say want to big up Catty.
you know say just like how you stressed out Douglas said it. You need to apologize. You need to apologize, Simon. You need to apologize.
No, are you?
All
Oh,
right.
sorry. All
Yeah,
right.
man.
All right. Sorry, boss. My apology.
Don't, we just about you up, man. That big up Cataract for all them interviews that him always go around and interview the prospects so we can know them on a more almost an intimate basis, but know them on a more personal basis, you know. And I'm gonna get to my point, but you see the Captain Burrell Center.
Yeah.
I think them could have a slash Captain Burrell Center, Cedella Marley Center, based on her input so far in the women's football. And Alan Atty was a player who was very young. I think Kappa used to carry him around. I think Alan Atty was carried around as the longest ever player being carried around. So I don't know why they beat up the coach so much for Whisper. Because one of the biggest knocks again was him not bring through nobody. So a lot of people were looking to see who Tapa was bringing through. And for you to bring through a player, that means you have to pick them young. The coach come and pick Whisper and everybody start beat him up because him now play for no professional club and him jumping a Jamaica team too quickly. I mean, I guess the coach have to put on some earbuds and just stop listening to the crowd and just do his own thing. You know, and another thing I would ask you, because I know you have a wealth of knowledge. Did you ever, you can address what me say after me hang up, but did you ever see Craig Foster play?
Yeah, man. Craig Foster went to
Cataract, are you Craig Foster?
Mannings, you know.
Yeah.
Craig Foster went to Mannings, man. You can't ask about Craig Foster, man.
So yeah, but was he that good?
I think
Was he good
he was a very good player
in your view?
All right, so here's what I think. I can't measure Craig Foster playing internationally because he never got a lot of chances to do that. But in Jamaica, in the Premier League, he was a dominant striker. He always scored goals. So
Yeah,
measuring
yeah,
him on the Jamaica League, he was a very, very lethal striker. But internationally, he never had a lot of opportunities, maybe because of his height, because he was a very short player. So maybe because of that, the international level is a little bit different, and maybe that is what affected him. So I couldn't judge him internationally because he never had a lot of opportunities to play there. But just locally,
Yeah,
he was a good
yeah.
enough striker. Yeah.
He always followed up his career, and I thought it was unfortunate that he never got more picks during the time when he was lethal, you know. But and one more thing,
But
my
you,
next
you
man.
said something earlier, and
Hmm?
I need to ask you, who is beating the coach about
No, the coach did say it, like he picked Whisper and a lot of he got knocks for it.
oh.
Like and yeah, and I mean listening to the talk show programs, as much people who would want to see Whisper there, you had the same amount of people who basically didn't want to see him there. Like they were like saying that he got there too fast. So for if the coach deliberately pulled him and another thing to Manning's man, the criticisms and the knocks that players get. Maybe
yeah, man, he was the man. Remember, like I had him as man of the match for the game down in Montego Bay, you know.
yeah, but
But Carla,
how well, yeah.
is it true though? Is it true though that Jamaicans are too hard on their players? Is it really true?
Yes,
Because I
it
listen,
is absolutely true.
Bala, the Brazilian players could not go back to Brazil, you know, after the World Cup, you know. Many of them could not go back, you know.
But at least they were good enough to leave. But we have beat them up before
No,
them even
no,
leave.
no,
We have
no,
beat
no,
them
no.
up.
No, man. What I'm saying though is that after the World Cup, the
Mhm.
exit of Brazil, the players, a lot of the
Yeah.
players could not go back into Brazil during that time. How the people were upset and all the things that were being said. I will even say when I listen to even the English press, you know, they after the Euros when the players missed the penalty, the, the
Yeah.
press was not kind to them, you know. It was not kind
Yeah,
to
I
them.
know. I know, man, is man.
So
I know.
I just think because I think what happened is that because we don't probably use standard English when we speak about players, it sounds worse. But I think it is even worse off. Remember, even guys like Ozil and Kadira in the German team, they got a hard time from the German fan base to the point where they decided that they're not were going to play for Germany and regretted playing for Germany and wish they had played for Turkey, having won World Cups. So I don't.
But we're on that trajectory to Manning's man. We're on that trajectory to because guess what? We must be very delusional because when the time comes for you to put your survey out, winning against Mexico will take precedence over losing or drawing against Mexico. We're very delusional. We think say we want to win. I want to win to go further. But how realistic is it to go to the Azteca and beat in Azteca there? You see, even my good friend Chatterock
Hold on.
thought we
Hey,
were going to.
caller. First you call him man.
Yeah.
First you call him man. Catty. No, you call him no, you call him category. What is the man name?
Oh, Henny. Oh, Henny Blake. Oh, Henny, the king.
No,
The
no,
king
no,
thought that we were going to beat
caller.
Trinidad.
Me can't make you do that. Me never joke yet. You can't call him man Henny. It's not Henny. Hen. No, his
What
name
his
is
name?
Heaney.
What his name?
Heaney.
Oh, Healy.
Yes.
Oh, Healy Blake.
Yes.
Thought we were going to beat up Trinidad. Trinidad is at the time when we played Trinidad, Trinidad looks silky smooth. I wouldn't mind if Trinidad was my team when we played Trinidad last week. Them look good, them take the lesson. But we always think that anybody who we play, we are gonna beat them. But we're not there yet. You have to give the coach some time. And the team that played Trinidad was an unexpected team. We thought that it was gonna be local people, and all of a sudden the coach brought in people who we were drooling over. And we still don't have no patience with them. That is the first step. I hope that is not the reason why Amari Hutchinson decided opted out of the next game. Because I think we're just too critical.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, because listen, if Amari Hutchinson can't deal with the Jamaican public, I'm telling you, he doesn't want to go to Chelsea and play in the Premier League in a London derby against one of Chelsea rival and have a bad game. Listen, remember even Leon Bailey. Have the Jamaican fans ever caused Leon Bailey to cry?
No.
All right.
No, it was his. You know what? I don't think it was the fans that caused Leon Bailey to cry. It is his personal ego and personal expectation that caused Leon Bailey to cry. I can identify. I can understand where he was coming from with that.
The other thing I want you to find out, how you can say you want the Trinidad team. You can't want the Trinidad team, man.
But me not want them again because me get over it.
No,
me get over it.
You can't be a Jamaican and not
me get over it, man. We did what they did. I really based on what they did and how they played. We never play anything like the Trinidad team. It was a good thing that was not our senior team, or else we would be in dire straits.
Okay.
But we're moving on up, man. We're moving on up. But we just want some patience with the process. What about the coach? How would they come up with that? You have to just give the coach some rope, man. Give the coach some rope, and give Whisper some rope too. Don't stress out the young man before he even leave Jamaica. And haul and pull the young man. It's good that the coach brought in a 17-year-old. At least you can say he was part of the process that he brought through a player. Because I know Whisper is going to get somewhere. I know we're going to go get some more 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds, and we're going to bring them through. You just have to know that that's the plan, and be patient with it.
Yeah.
Right, Mannings?
Yeah,
man.
Right.
So
yeah, man.
I will listen. Yeah, man. We listen to the comments. I'm listening to if anybody beat me up.
Well, when you're going to the comment section, you'll see.
All right, Mannings. Well, later. I'm going to respond to some first responding right now.
All right, caller.
All right. All right, cool. Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, man. All right, people, the caller what? Yeah, the caller in the comment section. Yeah. We have big up Drew Fortis 07. Bless up. Mr. Teagut, I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to you in a whisper, and the people are asking that you do the same. Go ahead. Welcome. Go ahead,
I like that they're speaking to me now whisper. Right, them say there's no whisper.
You didn't hear the squad. You didn't hear the squad.
I heard the squad twice. I understand, to be clarification, but what can I say? You understand? A question was posed by one of the journalists, and I thought it was a good question. You understand? The guy that scored against Cameroon and was not included. Yeah, it was not included.
Matt Masters.
Matt Masters.
So here's the
coach responds is that he doesn't have a club. And then they look on the side, he called 2 man we not have the club neither.
Who?
I'm say, but him call them two man.
Who don't have a no, man. Slow down, man. Who don't have a club?
Who not playing? Who was unattached at now?
No.
Morrison.
Who?
Morrison
Who?
and
No,
Morrison and
Morrison has a club.
Morrison have a club?
Yeah.
Which club? Which club?
DC United.
No man, DC United like a Morrison long time ago, man.
No, man. He still has a contract with DC United. This contract has not been cancelled. So
Listen.
technically he's with a club. Technically.
But he's not playing with. All right, technically he's with a club, but he's not playing with them.
Okay.
Why you gonna be so difficult, man? We know that he's not playing. Rooney run him way. Wayne Rooney run him way. It was big in the tabloids. Say man, Wayne Rooney have a bus up, and Rooney tell him to go. You understand? Wayne Rooney was the one that bring him there. And
so
then
you're saying that based on the reason given for McAllister, who played one game for the coach in Cameroon,
right?
Experienced Mariappa and Ravel Morrison, though they are
he was given. Okay, fine. I understand that. He was given that base in Mariappa and Ravel, because they play more than one time. For he saw them like say 3 times then. Or 4 times.
What the coach actually said, what the coach actually said, T-God, is that the player is looking at club. That says the player is somewhere trying to make a club, and for that reason, he wasn't called for this game. Remember, he would have been a part of the team that played against Guatemala, because by then he's probably going to be secured in the club.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now I got the understanding. I got the understanding, because more time when a player is looking for a club, they don't want to be caught. I got the understanding now.
See, you never hear that, but that was clear, You never done listening, man.
No, say me that go back and when I time me that go back and forth because people, me there work and people decide to come in at that time of the moment. You understand? So now I got the understanding. So my apologies. Yeah, because I understand when players are looking for clubs more time, them don't want to be distracted. You understand? Because a lot of time the overseas players do it. So I got the understanding.
There you go. Because a player sometimes maybe in a situation where they're on trial at a club or trying to get into a club.
Right.
All right. The other thing, let me explain to you Ravel's situation. Ravel's situation is more about, all right, you're getting X amount of money.
Yeah.
Right? It's too much for the club. And we're not getting this sort of result. All right? Because remember now, they are trying to see if they can find somebody who can do what Ravel would have done for less money. So I think it's more about the money that he's getting. In other words, if Ravel said, listen, probably I'll take less, I think you'd end up being at the club. I personally believe that the discussion was about giving him less money.
Okay.
And he opted not to take.
Before he left to the States to play the MLS, there was a lot of Premier League side, not Premier League side, championship side. Yeah, championship needed his service, so maybe he can just rock back to one of them anyway. But overall, I think it's a balanced side. You understand? I don't think go get the required result they want, but I think it's a balanced side. My problem is just the goalkeeping. Understand, the goalkeeper, if they're experienced enough to keep in their sticker. You understand? But other than that, I think it's a quite balanced side.
Okay, so you're okay with the call-up with the exception of the question about McMaster and the goalkeepers?
Yeah, because you see, we short of goals. You understand? Who the goals is gonna come from? You understand? Nobody's
goal scoring. What about Leon Bailey and Bobby Reed, who has been playing very well?
You say we want to look for a striker, a striker we are looking for put the ball in the back of the net. You understand? I understand where you're coming from. You understand? But we are looking for a striker, Nothing to see with Messi. But anyway, as I said,
Yeah,
it's a balance.
but look at Arsenal. Arsenal strikers have not scored as much goal as their wingers.
But Jesus was scoring a lot of goal before he was injured.
Yeah, but if you add Jesus' goals versus with Eddie and with the new one Trossard, Saka and Martinelli have scored more goals.
But they play more match than
No,
Jesus.
no man, no man. What I'm saying to you, if you add up the goals of the strikers combined, the wingers still score more goals.
Beg to differ a little bit. Beg to differ a little bit
But that is the
because
stats.
the main
You can't differ from the stats. That is the
no
stats.
hold on, but the main striker was out for a period more from the World Cup was out. The main striker was out. If he
No
was
man.
still playing, then you have an argument. But from the World Cup was when the World Cup finished, the striker has not been playing. Yes, we can't put him against the man who have
But
played a full length of game.
I don't think you hear me just say. But whether it
No,
is
yes,
Gabriel,
the strikers put together. But if Jesus was still there from the World Cup, he would have scored more goals. Then you could add two strikers against the two wingers then from
no.
World Cup from there to now. You understand where my come from?
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying to you, God, nonetheless, they still played a striker.
But the striker is not good, brother. He's not good. He's not that good.
Oh, all right. So now we have a different discussion
Yeah,
because
he's not
if
good.
you're going to say to me, our striker is not good enough to score, then we can have the Are you saying that the strikers that we have are not good enough to score?
Then they prove it. Then they prove it. Morris. Then they prove it. Let me prove it. The striker
Okay,
that we have not proved.
but do you also know that Gabriel Jesus was not scoring leading up to the World Cup? He had gone 6 games without a goal.
All right, man. You
Anyway,
beat me, man. You beat me.
Manning,
go ahead, Cataract.
how you doing?
Help,
Um,
Cataract, help!
so that's to say it, because it's just a man of mouth, Mr. Boy. The Wi-Fi is weak over 8Q. Well, I'm in the wine cellar, sir. I'm in the wine cellar. That is why I'm not having some good signal. It's the wine. You know the oligarch lifestyle. But what I want to say is I'm gonna talk red label and wing carnet. But Manning, I really think we have to trust the coach that he has researched on these players, and while we each have our own preference as to who we'd want to see,
Yes.
we, 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 we can't impose players on the coach and then want the coach to deliver the result, right? So what the minimum I'd be expecting here is for us to give the same kind of performance, no worse than what we had when we played against Mexico in 2021 at the World Cup qualifiers, where we lost 2-1. So that's the sort of result that I think would be acceptable. Although picking a team, I wouldn't want us to go back to the days of 6-0 in or 6-1 in the Azteca, when Walter Boyd messed up the Azteca. I would want us to be having a close game and giving a good account for ourselves. That's really what I would want to see. But I don't think it's right to impose a player on a coach. I think the buzz, there's been some talk, my view around the CDM. So now we're going to be trying the 13th player in that position in John Russell. And let us see how he copes in the Azteca. It's been very similar conditions to so John Russell, Kevin Lambert is the combination. Let's see how they manage vis-a-vis Devon Williams and Anthony Grant, who were the CDM combination when we played in the World Cup qualifiers. So they in the CDM now will have some big shoes to fill, because those players really stood up in the middle of the park And it was really down the flanks that the Mexican enjoyed their success. If you remember that the ball came in as a cross.
Yeah. Mike, Mike is
The,
here.
the
Mike,
last minute goal was a cross. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, Ketter. Thought you were finished.
Yes,
No, I say that the last minute goal that was scored against us was from a cross. I
Yeah.
think on the right hand side, where we had 4 right backs, but we still couldn't stop them. You know.
Cataracts.
But yeah,
Cataracts, your memory good, man.
yeah, we got a
All
good
right.
school. We got a good school.
Mm.
Yeah. Mikey, go
I
ahead
was,
and give us
I
a
was
turn.
just saying, hold on. I was just saying that myself when him say Water Boy mash up the Azteca. I was wondering if I am sure they was around them time when Water Boy just drop him shoulder and the defender was skating across the field like it was at Skateland and then when him bust it on
T-Got.
campus. I wonder if
T-Got is when you
oh
T-Got. T-Got is when you grew up, you watch a game, you know. I'm older
no
than you, you know, T-Got.
no man. No, listen to
T-Got.
me.
I am way older than
That
you, you
12
know,
o'clock
T-Got.
at night, I can tell you the time when the match was playing. That 12 o'clock is in the night was about 3 friends of mine in the house watching TV.
the, the line cut off.
Yes.
Mikey Ballin, go ahead.
Yes. The team that was selected, I like the team. I would say I am 90 to 95% with the team. 2 players I wouldn't select, but that's so be it. I'm not going to say anything about any player. The coach picked the team based on what he thinks that he needs. So everybody talking about Gray, yes, but him say, well, him have Shamar, him want somebody who can work hard because Corey Burke is the hardest working forward on Jamaica team. Nobody can deny that. When it comes to work rate,
But the other point of order, though,
yes.
Andre Gray works very hard. He runs. That is not the player that you can say does not put in a work rate. Runs
I
as
know
much
that.
as Corey Burke,
But Corey
so
Burke,
what he doesn't do is run up and down.
yeah, yeah. Corey Burke has a little bit more speed than him too.
Jesus.
Andre Gray's on the slow side right now. He's getting up in age. But the team, what I like about this team is that not in the former coaches' days, this team is a balanced team. We have a backup at every position. If you look at the team selected, we have a backup at every position. Before we all have 10 forward and 3 defender. If you want to say that. Now we have a balanced team. Now the coach have maybe 4 days to work with them because I'm sure they're coming in today, so they practice tomorrow to Friday and they leave Saturday. Charter flight, right?
They're leaving. I understand they're leaving tomorrow.
No,
Oh,
no,
so
man,
they,
no. They're going to camp in Montego Bay.
But they're camping in Montego Bay,
Yeah.
away from our eyes. Okay.
No,
so
it's not away from your eyes, Cataract.
No,
Because
I'm
they
saying
want.
away from our
No.
eyes,
All right,
away from
Cataract.
all right,
those of us
Cataract.
in Kingston. No, it's not. Listen,
No,
it's not a
Cataract.
big. Please, man in.
No, Cataract. I'm explaining to you so you don't repeat
Yes.
it. Let me explain to you. So, the chartered flight to Mexico will leave from Montego Bay. What they didn't want to do is to be training in Kingston to travel down for the chartered flight, right? So that is it. They want to camp in Montego Bay, do the chartered flight from there to Mexico.
um uh man, I have a
That is
question.
the reason. It's because of the chartered flight, Cataract.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a
No,
question.
I'm not making a dig at the thing. I'm just saying away from our eyes. Those of us who are in Kingston, we won't be able to go and see the team.
All right.
It's not a big. Wherever the coach wants to trade him, go trade. But
Yeah.
I have a
on which
question.
field him a trade?
I have a question for man as well. Which
No,
field
I must ask
Montego Bay
Manning
will
that
go?
on which. Sorry, on which
Which field
field is he trading?
which field I'm training on in Montego Bay that is good? Jared Park?
No, man. Because remember now they were still working on the field, after the game against Trinidad. All right. Also remember this that the field in Montego Bay is is
Yes.
eh
It's sand base.
fan base. So they had not since the game they had not stopped working on it. It was
Oh,
just fully grasped by, so they're going to be there.
So we're going off to the beach futsal. I just wondered why Montego Bay, because that pitch was atrocious, and as far as I know, the Azteca is not sand based.
No matter
It's
cataract, you want it. No, cataract. You're not
no,
doing
no.
that. All right, go ahead.
Well,
There's
Yes,
I'm
a
saying
but
reason
that.
but
though,
but but
cataract.
but cataract, most fields nowadays is sand based, for the drainage,
So, okay, I accept knowledge. So that you're saying that
I, I,
they,
I I will tell you this, cataract. I
yeah,
will
man.
tell you, I'd rather play on a sun-based field than than even the AstroTurf, because it's better on your ankles and your knees. Because
Yes,
when you land, because it is sun-based, there's a cushion.
it
You
give.
understand me? Unless you're gonna be like at the Wembley and those places where they have expert persons to deal with the underground surface and all of that. Yet in Jamaica, sand-based fields are better, especially for the players coming from overseas, because it works better on their ankles and on their knees, especially up and down and landing and running up and down. It's less pressure to bear. Yeah.
Even the field over by Trelawney there, the all-purpose stadium, that's sand based too, The all-purpose stadium in Trelawney, that is sand based
Okay,
also.
but anyway, it would have to go too deep in it. You understand? Whatever the
Yeah,
coach has
the other thing,
decided, I
Cataract, why
work with it.
Kingston is not Kingston alone have media people, because the Montego Bay people could be saying to why they're keeping them away from our eyes. We have media in
No, I
Montego
didn't
Bay.
say no, Mannings. I think you're taking my comment. I'm saying, all right. Let me rephrase. Away from my eyes. Although I can drive down to Montego Bay as I
No,
did to go watch the match if I want to see. Right.
cataract,
Like,
I'm saying it's much ado about nothing.
no
okay,
cataract.
Please don't.
Right.
It's, I'm saying to you, it's not a dig. When I'm ready to dig at the JFF, I will. But it's
yeah,
not. It's not. I'm just
yeah.
pondering the logistics. But you have explained that the chartered flight is leaving Montego Bay, which would be a new phenomenon because normally the
I am
chartered
telling
flight
you.
left from Kingston, right? So having given that update, I can see why they went to Montego Bay. Yeah.
And here's what I like, because there were times, for example, when they would have the players fly to the place that they're going to play or meet up, say in Miami, and go to Mexico. I am glad that they are all coming to Jamaica to go on a flight to get,
And
because that is what used to happen. I think back in '98.
man is man. Also, you must remember that Montego Bay take more European flights than Kingston. That is why most of the players are going to be going into Montego because it's easier to get to than Kingston. So that's
Okay,
even from there.
So
okay.
so the again, I don't want us to be detained on a day when the squad is dropped to discuss logistics. But the fact is that there are direct flights from Heathrow to Mexico City, right? Gatwick to other places. So, it, however the coach wants to do his thing, that's what we work with. I'm saying I would like the result. I'd like us to get a positive result there. And even if we are not able to get a positive result, I'd like us to give a good account of
Of course.
ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I don't want us to be disgraced out there in the Azteca.
I really hope though that John Russell is 22. I hope that he really is a good find and he puts in because we have to fix. If we can fix this issue, I think the other positions that we have been struggling with, like we have Dexter. So from the World Cup campaign, would have made two key. If Russell comes good, and we find Dexter, it would mean that two of the gaps that we had in the campaign we have already plugged. CDM and the right back. Because
I've,
throughout the World Cup campaign, those two positions cost us more points than any other position throughout the campaign.
and what I like the coach is doing in bringing a lot of young players and not the ones up, 26
Yeah.
off. So we're going to have them for the next 4 years, molding them to his liking to make the team. You see, right now, whether we win or lose in Mexico, it don't affect me. I would love us to win, but if we lose, my thoughts and the coach still remain the same. Him need a good 2-year run before we can fire him.
Let him get him squad together by Gold Cup. Them supposed to have him most of them by next year World Cup qualification start. He may have the whole entire team that he's going to use to qualify for the World Cup. Don't know who those players are. Some of the players on the team presently may not be on the team when next year come around.
Yeah.
But we have to look every time this man get the team against Argentina one day. And if it wasn't for the greatest player in the world right now, come on in the 75th minute and mash up a little Dalios, which he has done to many teams in the World Cup, as you have seen. It would be more likely a 0-0 tie, which is great.
All right, we have a caller. Calling. Caller, welcome to the show. You're on I Am Sure Sport. Good afternoon.
Yes, man, man. Blessing.
Blessings,
A
man.
big up to all your panelists.
Yeah, man. What's your name, caller?
Yeah,
What name you go by?
I in the girl them champagne for down in Eileen, man. Mm. Yeah, man.
A cataract, give me the dub
Yeah.
there. Cataract. Are you give the dub there, cataract?
Yeah, man. So I just a few questions me ask still. The first is why we go back to taxi? That's the first thing.
Okay.
And the second
Carrier.
question is why we take Burke instead of Whisper. I mean, I know that they talk about inexperience and what have you, but me see a look of fire in a Whisper. Honestly, me see a look of fire in a Whisper where him look hungry. Him look hungry for it. Trust me, and you know sometimes. I don't know what the coach I think so. I feel thing. I mean, me have a problem with the squad except for Lawrence. And believe in me, him should have just bring. Him I go bring Lawrence. It better him just bring Gregory and done. Me tell you the truth. And the next thing, what happened to West Hardin? Because West Hardin is playing good. So those are the questions. And me just hang up and just listen.
All right, let me ask you this. So who would you bring? Let me just ask you this before you go. Who would you bring instead of Kemar Lawrence?
So what happened to Greg Lee? What happened to Tyler Roberts? And what happened to Thomas? Do you to play in Jamaica on the left? The Jamaican
Ricardo Thomas.
Yes. One of those guys.
All right. So that's your suggestion. Cataract, you want to answer that or you want me to go?
Hang up and just listen.
All right.
I heard the name Tyler Roberts. And I'm saying that I don't think that Tyler is at the level where he would displace a Jamal Lowe.
No, man, he's talking about left back, you know. No. What he's saying is
left back. No. Tyler Roberts is a right winger, you know. He just went on to the left wing because the coach, I think, wanted to see more of Amari Hutchinson. Right? But I think my surprise in the squad would have been Trevante Stewart. That is who surprised me. That's the one that had me scratching my head and my eyebrows raised.
Okay, let me say this. All right, so let me respond to the caller. So, if you're not taking tax, I think the other option would have be injuries and recovery, and I think that may have affected his selection. In the two games, I was there. I would not select him over over Taxi up front. All right, hey, you're not going to take Corey Burke. I still would not. I would not take Whisper ahead of Andre Gray because I'm going to Mexico. But again, player Hutchinson and Delano Splat, those players, Kiddo Taylor Hart, all of those players must form a part of the team going forward. And what you probably want is for these guys to win the game in Mexico, and then when we get to the semifinals or so on, then you can bring in those people, right? But we have a call online. Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, management and panelists.
Yeah, man. Good
Um,
afternoon.
yeah, in fact, I just like about a minute or two ago, I went on the Observer and saw the squad. I had to Google Jonathan Russell because I was like, who is Jonathan Russell? I've never heard of Jonathan Russell,
What?
but he's a 22-year-old that played for Barnsley. And I like that. I like the fact that we have a CDM who is a 22-year-old leave who we go for that early. Because I think one of the things that we're having, the problem that I was having is that we wait until these persons are like 31 or 29 and we go for them. I kind of like the fact that the coach went for a young CDM. But my thing though, you see the keeper. I know what's his name. The under 20 keeper.
Kanaya,
Remember, man, is me and you had this conversation, you know.
Kanaya Boyce Clark.
Yeah, I am be a blessing, you know. Me and you had this conversation when the captain, the tall guy, I don't remember his name, Jamali Clark or something like that. I was saying I was impressed with him in the under 20. So to have the the keeper, I think that's a good move. I wouldn't have a problem with Lawrence. One of the things is we go like when you're building a team, you want to have experience, and the fact that we don't have Blake. I mean, apart from Lawrence and Shemar Nichols and Corey Burke, I probably can't think of somebody else who have the experience of going to Mexico probably 2 times. So I think Mariapa. So I think that's a good move by the coach to have like experience around the persons who are just coming in the team. So I wouldn't have a problem. Yes, Gregory is doing well. Amari Bell is actually doing well at Luton. But I think, we have to give the coach a chance to kind of, like this is basically like the third squad that he's putting together. So going forward, I'm just allowing the coach to kind of do his thing and I assess him as it goes by. But I don't really have a major problem with this guy. The guy from Mount Pleasant.
Trevante Stewart.
I guess he's probably one. Yeah, he's probably the leading. I kind of like the fact that we reward those who are doing well in our league. I kind of like the fact that because what would the local players really playing for? If I'm scoring 14 goals and I can't get a call up, of course, Colin Anderson would say, "Hey, I have 14 too." So, but I kind of like the fact that the coach he's watching the local league and he's rewarding those players who are doing well. That's my say.
Yeah, man.
I will agree with everything that the caller was saying, Manins, except a call up is not a reward for performing in a local league. The reward for performing in a local league is to get a contract, a professional contract overseas. But if the coach has obviously had this player in camp and he has had this player play 2 friendly matches and he's clearly like what he saw, so I don't think anyone can question the coach. But let's see how the player performs, whether he justifies his call up. But congratulations to Lembe Kisi on his call up. I noted the omission of Omari Hutchinson, but I think the coach had a long, hard look at him. And for me, I
No,
think that
he said that he would have been called, but there were some personal reasons, personal situation why Omar basically opted out this time around. So there are some things with Omari that, yeah.
Omari, okay, because this would be the time that he would have started getting capped, meaning, getting all those 3 caps that would lock him into Jamaica. So we'll wait for the Gold Cup then, because I want to start loving the best talents, right? The thing no one wanted to talk about John Russell, right? So John Russell came up in the Chelsea system, and hasn't really had a regular career. I'm going to check his stats for 2023, but I know he was where he was. He was he had the manager and him had some differences, and so he wasn't playing regularly. But he transferred, I think, in January, this January window. I think, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong.
To Barnsley. Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
he's currently to Barnsley, but he was at Huddersfield before,
Right, he was odd. Yeah, man, he was at Huddersfield before. Yeah, you're right.
right? Um, and let's see. I won't put anything on the young man's name, except to say that they have big boots to fill because Mexico doesn't. The Mexican midfield is one of those good midfields. So and we saw what happened when we went there the last time, and you know, let's see. I'm going to let's see, but I'm
The
not
truth
going
is, you know,
to.
Ketara, that our results against Mexico have been a whole lot closer than usual. I mean, we have had a couple of drawn games. I think we defeated them in a Gold Cup
You know,
in the
Gold Cup,
United.
yes.
The last game over there, I think if we had made if the coach then had made better decisions at the end of that game, we could have possibly had our first victory or drawn result against Mexico in Mexico.
But
Um,
hold on. He hadn't got a draw in Mexico. I thought we got a draw in Mexico in our World Cup
No,
campaign.
no, man, no.
when
He made a
Before
substitution
that, man.
in the 88th minute. He took off
No, I'm
Anthony
not
Grant
talking the
and
last.
brought
No, I'm
on
not
Peter
talking
Lee
about the
Vassell.
last one. I'm talking about
Right.
before that campaign. I thought we went there, we got a draw. He played 11 man behind the ball.
when Tapa was coaching,
Yeah, man, when Tapa was coaching. Went to the Aztec
I,
and get a draw.
I'd have to look that one up.
Check it
I
out,
know
man. I think so,
we beat
man.
them in the goal. We went to the Gold Cup finals.
I remember I remember when Taxi scored the one goal in the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
Remember, and I think he got a draw because I think that match, we were leaving at the stadium at the same time at the Norman Manley Airport at the same time. The Reggae Boyz and I were leaving out at the airport at the same time,
Okay.
and I think
I
they
don't
got a
remember
draw.
that would be you're saying that in did we even get we didn't get to the final stage in 2018, you know. That's,
I think
oh,
I
it's
can't
true,
be
yeah.
wrong.
Somebody said it is true, but there was a nil-nil draw between Jamaica and Mexico.
Yeah, man. In a Tapa get a draw, man. Tapa get a draw. He got a
Okay.
draw. He got a draw. He got a draw. 11 man behind the ball.
Okay. Yeah, somebody BM is saying that in 2013 World Cup qualifiers we drew
Yes,
nil-nil.
man.
Yeah, yeah,
Got a draw.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there you go, Cataract. But so yeah, go ahead, Cataract. He got kind of interjected.
Sorry about that, Ketara.
No, I'm saying that they having become competitive with Mexico in recent times, including the victory in the Gold Cup, the very last performance in Mexico, and I'm talking Mexico in Mexico now. I'm saying that the onus is on this squad to deliver to us that kind of result. So even if we go down, it must be in a hard fought close game. That's my charge to the players who have
Yeah.
been selected. And if they don't, then I think the wider public is going to have an indictment because if you remember, the squad that went to the Mexico game was largely local based,
Yeah,
domestic players, sorry, because of the COVID restrictions and the red travel. There were players from all kinds of other leagues, far flung leagues who made up that. So it was not Jamaica's strongest team. So now that this is the strongest team that we are saying we're putting forward, minus of course the keeper and the striker, which is always a problem, they have to deliver. They can't. They're not excuses. We're not. I mean, the coach has selected you, so you have to go and do your job. That is my view. I don't know how you feel about it. I'm not going to ease up on the players.
I think this is a good enough squad to get a positive result in Mexico. I personally believe that. And not only that, for a while now, it is probably the first time we are going. The coach will have the players say, like you probably could get 4 or 5 sessions with them before the actual game, which is a good thing. He never had that amount of time before Argentina. These are, I don't expect him to struggle with getting them to understand him because most of these players are playing at a higher level. You understand me? Ethan Pinnock is playing at a higher level. I don't think the struggle he would have getting the local levels to adjust to a particular playing style he will have with this team. So I could see us getting a draw out of this game. That would still not be enough to get us into the the next round of the Nations League, but it is still good.
Yeah, man. And it would
Yeah,
help our rankings. I'm not so worried. I mean, if we made it to the next round of the Nation League, then I'm telling you, in my humble opinion, the floodgates would open with elite talent looking at Jamaica. That would be a bonus. It would be a shot in the arm. It would really be a boost. However, a good result is what I'm asking for. That would help our rankings. Us not to slide down the rankings. But because they are an World Cup squad is going to be a thing, because there's a particular elite centre back who I understand went to the High Commission today and submitted his documents, right? Attached to a Premier League club.
yeah.
So, um, but we're not to call the name, but
Yeah.
and
And
as a
like I said,
matter,
there's the prolific there's a very prolific winger in the Premier League whose stuff should be ready come Gold Cup.
well, I'm hoping on that one. But the thing about this centre back, though, Mannings, and is that he has provided the contact for a teammate of his
Yeah.
to join us in one of our problem positions. And I want to big him up. And all will be revealed soon. We know Gareth Southgate, when they meet the player, they might come and run, come try call them and shove them in one squad. But it certainly is good. It's a centre back that we had been talking about. Yeah, they're good that we've been talking about that we would add value to the team. So this squad just need to just do the business, right? Just do
Yeah.
the business. And things I saw, and I think Jamoy Tope might have lost out because he just can't follow the coach instruction. And I'm glad to see that players who don't follow what the coach has been asking for, which was not for the long balls, we can see that there's consequences for those actions. So I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. We have a call.
And
We have
if
a
you
call.
agree with if somebody agrees with 19 or 18 or 20 players, then I don't think we can argue if he's gotten 18 or 19 right then. You know what I mean? It's what it is. So I'm going to let you go on the call, Manins, and then I'm going to traverse. I've picked up my bottle of good wines for later.
All right. All right. All right. All right, boss.
Yeah, man. You hearing me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you.
Hello?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing
Yes,
you,
man.
fella. Welcome to the show. Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Respect, man. And afternoon to, to everybody on the panel. Now, my observation with Jamaica football journey is that we have always been able to call up some decent talent. But the team, I think, is where we are struggling most of all. There's no question with the individual talent, but football is a team sport. And so we should base our optimism of how much do we have a team right now, or do we have, as usual, several talents from various clubs and countries. You understand me? Because even throughout the World Cup campaign, we had these players at our disposal. proposal. And they all seem lost when playing among each other. It's like when you see them playing on TV for their clubs, it's a total different player from who used to play for Jamaica. We are yet to see a Leon Bailey in his true glory as he played for Aston Villa. You understand me? So I don't know what is it that is missing. You understand me? But I think, from my opinion, I think it's time of playing together. So if it is time, is this enough time for us to be as optimistic as we're being that, going to Mexico? Not that it is impossible, but I mean, how optimistic can we be in reality as it relates to going to Mexico and giving a result, since most of the variables remain the same? Players just coming together and, you know, and going to play a match.
Okay, so Carla, listen, I I can give you some examples to point one that you made. When Kevin De Bruyne plays for Belgium, he's a completely different player from when he plays for Man City. The Brazilian players were completely different playing for Brazil than they look playing for their clubs. So generally, a club team that has been together for for sometimes 2, 3 seasons will look way more cohesive than a national team. So, and it is not just a Jamaica situation alone. The United States of America players, the Mexican players, they look, a lot of them look different playing for their clubs than for the nation. All right. A team takes time to build. This is the coach first official competitive game, right? Therefore, we are optimistic because the coach had one session with the players to play against the world champions, Argentina. And if Messi, one of the world greatest ever footballer, did not come on, though a lot of chances were created by Argentina, the game probably would have not been a 3-0 game. It is that reason why we believe that Jamaica can get a positive result against Mexico. Not only that, here are some of the results from our last game: 0-0, 1-0, 2-1, 1-1. The games that we have played have been very close. Jamaica has won, and that was in the Gold Cup. So, given those factors, it is possible that Jamaica can get a result out of this. Nonetheless, it takes time to build a team, and this is what the coach is doing. So, this is the first opportunity, and so that is why.
Okay. I've also observed that we have a problem scoring goals, bro. Um, I'm yet. It's been like a while now since Jamaica has scored 3 or 4 goals in a given match. You understand me? And goals win matches. But yet we still seem to have the same strikers. So is it because of the same team issue where the strikers are not getting the balls, or is it that we need some prolific strikers to finish?
I will say that, I mean, Mexico hasn't been scoring 3, 4 goals against us, and so the United, a lot of the, listen, I think the football is if it goal scorer. I think given the opportunities with the players that we have now, proper coaching, I think we can get some results. I think if the coach stays on, by the time we get to the World Cup qualifying campaign, with the crop of players and those players coming in, I believe that Jamaica has as good an opportunity as the other nations vying for the spot to pick up one of the three. Yeah. But we have
Okay.
Coach Minzy as well, who has joined the program. So I want to welcome him. Anything else you
Uh,
want to raise,
yeah,
Carla? All
yeah,
right.
just one quick point. Coach Minto, have on, man.
Big
Um,
up yourself, man.
the
Big up
coach, the
yourself.
coach mentioned, respect, man. The coach mentioned in the press conference that the long ball situation may be as a result of what was has been embedded in them in the local league. But funny enough, um,
Hey, can you?
Mornings.
Yeah. Oh, boy, I know.
Morning.
Well, Jamaica, 'cause Jamaica
Are your internet or my
yeah,
internet? Mornings.
if you work with Coach Minzy, foreign
Huh?
internet good. The first, what? This is my what's going on? What's good? People, I need if you if you're hearing me, not going. Oh, hello. Yeah.
Mornings. How are going for internet?
Go on, them. Tell them about the squad. Let me sort out the internet.
Yeah, man. The internet I play like chippy. uh, uh, yeah, people. Big up on yourself, man. Big up the mornings, man.
Also, big up to Manningsman and the great work he has been doing from his this undisclosed location, you know. Good job with the youngsters. Big up all the persons who supported it. Yeah. For me, I think the squad, you know, one thing me not like, and Travis always said that something here. It doesn't matter which team is selected, there's gonna be people out there who have issues with the team. Yes, me see some of the comments them really. All when them here say Omari Hutchinson had personal issues, that's why him not get him decline. People still have issues with the team and say no Hutchinson, no Whisper, so either team, a whole lot of things. But people, the coach need an opportunity to work with some of the players. He has now worked with us a few members of the local domestic players, and he did say that he's gonna try as best as possible to pick less of them or to have less of them in camps. That's what I gather from what he said at the press conference. So definitely, I think the coach wants a team, a set of players that he's searching for to work with, so that he can get his thing going where the team is concerned. So I don't know. People hearing me clearly, our Manningsman gone. Yeah, man. So it is a sad state to know the fans well, that's how football goes still. Fans are to be pleased. And when asked about Whisper, the coach said that a letter you were saying that I I should not have picked him. And now he's not there. It seems as if we have a problem. The coach kind of slick with him words, there, you know. You know, easy man. Him know what go on the ground, man. Cause him tell the journalist, I think the sportsman journalist say, yo, Uno, me here I say Whisper shouldn't be in the team and no he's not gonna ask about him. So what is the real issue? But he explained that Whisper was good, but I mean he want to work with some other players, experienced players to go into an experienced set of players to go play against a tough Mexico team. You understand? So there and then, I think the coach knows that the fans are really hard to please, but him just have to go forward with him, whatever team him select. Now, you see how me look on it now. We have to grade the coach of how the team that he selects and how they play. You understand? So we can't judge the coach based off selecting a team. We want to see the team play, then we can realize what sort of players what the coach do in terms of his selection. Boy, man, my background I get loud, you know, so I don't know I go on for your internet.
Low.
Look at the undisclosed location now, record. Beating press to the audio clean like bleach water. Yeah, man, we are here, man, but it a move chippy. I mean, I talk Bailey. Man, internet a move like a wind that go through leaves. Shaky. Yeah, man, but for the most part, most people here say the squad good, balanced team. People have concern with Taxi Lawrence, but I mean, I don't think Taxi gonna start. And even if he does, my experience, man, playing against the Mexicans before. So, I don't know. People we just have to wait till we see team play, man, rather than complain and we don't see them on the field. For people who wanted to know John Russell is the surprise that we made mention of. I did a live earlier, so some people would have known. He was actually selected for the Argentina game.
We're going to have to end the stream, believe in high quality Right now, the quality of the internet is not good enough. We are going to fix the quality of the internet, so we're going to have to end this because it's not working. All right. We're not going to have you go through this, and we're not going to system through this. We want to always provide best quality. All right. So because of that, we're going to go right. We're going to end the show, and then we're going to sort out the internet, and hopefully we can do something later or tomorrow. I am Management. This has been I Am Sure Sports as usual. Thank you for your love and your support. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. We're going to go. Big up Coach Minzy. Wish he was here because needed to hear his views. We just kind of fix the internet. Know it is working perfectly, but don't know where Coach Minzy is. Coach Minzy, Coach Minzy. If you can come on and share your thoughts in 5, that would be appreciated, and then we will close. All right. So let me see if I can just get him to come on. Yeah, I just started it out. So let me see if I can get Coach Minzy to come back on and share his thoughts. All right, because yeah, yeah. All right. So let's see. Um, where is he? Let me see if I can. Oh, I think this is. Hey, Jay. Who is Jay? I don't know Jay. I have to see you know. Coach Minzy.
Yo, man.
Yeah, man. All
Mm.
right. I think I just sorted out the internet. You want to come on?
Can I come on back for a few seconds, Vest?
All right. Yeah, man. Jump on the stream. All right. Because obvious.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, guess. You're live. Yeah. Guess. Yeah, man. Go ahead. Yeah. Who this? I can't maestro this, man. No, sir. I can't maestro this at all. Maestro, are you this?
Where are dealing?
Yo, maestro, are you alone at all? Me not want to talk to you, maestro. Are you alone at all?
We are do a thing, man. We are do a thing, man. You know, I'm just a
Maestro,
call. Yo,
maestro,
yes.
a long time, you know, maestro.
Man, they know my style already, man. I can't.
Big up yourself, big up yourself. Welcome to the show, my boss.
We catch it late, man.
Yeah, man. But what's up? What's up?
No, I'm just a listen, like, me in and out of the program, so I know I not really follow up the program still, but when me listen like other program and your program about the players them, at the end of the day, I feel it's gonna take a team effort. You know what I say?
Yeah.
Everybody have to come together. Players, JFF, and the people of Jamaica, and give the coach and JFF another chance. But in terms of on the field, the players, it's gonna take a team effort. I know we are look for individual players. Yes, we have the individual players, but I think for me, we try to match up this team now with the teams before and compare. You know what I say? And these are different. It's a different era, different set of players. So I think it's gonna take a team effort. And the first game against Mexico, we already know about Mexico,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be a tough task, and it's gonna take a team effort. And based on that, we have a new coach, and it's just a couple of days before the game. We're gonna have a couple of training sessions, and everybody are coming. We know the whole international thing go already, so we need like the so-called top players them to step up also. You and the other people always are calling have high expectations and always a single out certain players. But for me, team effort, brother.
Yeah. All right, team effort. People, that is Jeremy and you. You understand me? Yeah, man. But a very, very valid point because at the end of the day, no matter what the talent is, if you don't have like I said, the team, it's not going to make any sense. That is it. It
Yeah.
it's absolutely right. Big team effort. But we have Coach Minzy from the coaches there. Coach Minzy. Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I
man.
know, yeah, man.
Big up to Jeremy and you, man. One of the best we have seen in a long while for Jamaica, you know?
Yeah,
The man
bless
that
up,
string it
coach.
from
Bless
everywhere.
up.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
Coach,
Yeah, man.
watch your program couple times, you know. Me might not comment or nothing, but I pass through
Yeah.
all of the program them couple times. So keep up the good work, you know.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. So what may I say? Here, what Jeremy did I say, Mannings, and it is right. Individual players are there, but we want to see the team start to play from a team perspective. And whenever the individual brilliance comes in is when a player will improvise if he's in some sort of problem. The coach mentioned in the press conference that he wants to see the team keep the ball more on the surface and hit the long ball when it is necessary. He said that the long balls came as a result of the team not being, confident on the ball and such like that. So now he's gonna have a more professional set of players. I trust that he can get a better outing with this team. We see a better brand of football. Definitely, I'm waiting with a bated breath to see this team touch the field against Mexico. Mexico is also in transition. They have a new coach. Much of the players are not new, so they will still have that sort of camaraderie and chemistry. So it's gonna be a tough thing. No fans in Azteca. I don't know if that means anything really for going to that fortress that Mexico has, but we can go there and put on a formidable performance. Mexico has not been beating us by a lot of goals. Probably the odd goal or two goal. You know what I mean? So we can definitely go there and put on a decent performance against Mexico. If we win, definitely that would be a big thing, and it's gonna be a tough game if we are to win that game. I think the squad is good, balanced squad. Everybody is not gonna get what they want. Persons have their favorite player. You know what I mean? But the coach sees what he wants, and he's going after what he wants. Because at the end of the day, when the coach don't have good results with what you come about with, rather than with what he choose, then we're gonna have problems with the coach. So better him choose him team and him have a bad or good result with the team than people try to want their preference in the team and then it not work out. And so that's basically all I have to say in terms of that press conference and team selection for this crucial game against Mexico.
When is the game?
Sunday at 8. How many times have you played in the Azteca?
Oh, I never play. They're on the bench.
Yeah. What
That's
was?
when we did draw. That's the first time I think we draw with them. It was what?
Nil all.
Yeah. That was the second stint with Simoes.
It was Simoes or Tapa.
Topper. Yeah, Topper. Yeah, Topper.
Okay, but were the players affected by the high altitude and all of that, or you remember what the experience being in the Azteca was like with the fans and all of them things?
It was crazy, but I didn't think the atmosphere affected. I think we played well. We actually get a few chances, but I think we played well that game. But I didn't think the altitude affected us.
Okay, I know that.
So Jeremy,
Wait.
sorry the morning, Jeremy. In
Yeah.
terms of going there early and going there as opposed to Friday, which we have a game on Sunday. Which do you think is better for us to go there early or to acclimatize, or we can just go in late because the less time we spend there it would be better? Which do you think is better?
No man, definitely early. And I'm gonna tell you, the atmosphere there with the fans, the Mexican fans, is crazy because I remember when on the game day driving into the stadium, drinks and whatever liquid they're throwing on the bus and well, probably it's gonna be different now because this what I'm talking about is a World Cup qualifier. So that atmosphere was crazy. Them, you feel the bus a rock, them a push the bus and a throw all type of liquid on the bus. So probably this atmosphere will be a little different in terms of it not being a World Cup qualifier, but definitely early is better.
I'm wondering if altitude though, like seeing that most of the players going, they
Yeah.
play in Europe or in the USA, so they probably, I don't know if the altitude really going to affect them because generally when Jamaican teams go there and struggle, it is the players who normally play locally who struggle with the altitude. I find that the players who play most of their career like in the States or in Europe,
Yeah.
the altitude don't affect them that much.
That's probably true, Manning's man, but we don't want to try and find an excuse early.
Yeah.
Because, as I said, this is important, but when the big time World Cup qualifier comes, we cannot find excuses. So, for me, I don't want us to find excuses early for the players. We have to find a way. That's how I know it. We have to find a way. If altitude affecting us, we play more defensive. Well, I'm not. Let me not go into to that. But let me just say we have to find a way.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I look at it.
Yeah, but I think the one area is the same place that you used to play that number 10 role because right now, probably the player that a lot of people thought would have come through to fill that slot was Tyreek McGee. I mean, we still have a Ravel Morrison, I mean, who is going to play that role. I mean, the team sometimes need that kind of, creative, offensive, hardworking player. We have not. I always ask you if you can bring, like even a Maggie during his break around you.
Manning,
You know?
when we had that player, everybody find well not everybody. A lot of people find a lot of faults when we had that player. You agree or you disagree?
Or when we had a number 10 who was skillful,
And can do what you're talking about.
real, well,
No, man, people used to like it, man. People
Tapper,
like it,
people
man.
used to love
No,
Tapper.
coach, I agree now. But the majority, like who's in control, never like it.
Oh,
I
no, I
like
get
it.
where
I
you're going
don't.
now.
You get
I
to
get where
me?
yeah, me get where you're going now. Probably they never like it.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
they used to
know.
say them lazy.
Yeah.
They used to say like Bama lazy and Tapper lazy and Jeremy and you lazy and then a
But
working.
here what you know, when we is one we have at a time. So and everybody else are workers. So why we are come down at that one? Jamaica people go on like them have this. We are Jamaica. We have less of certain players than the other countries. We have to love what we have and stop hating it, especially when we see players that are out of the ordinary and stop criticize. We have
Yeah.
less of one thing and we are criticize that. We have to love that man and encourage more of the good things. No, we want that type of midfield and we don't have it.
We cuss it out of the game and now we want to bring it back.
Yes, and we are search, we just don't have it. The names that you call, I don't see Ravel doing it. And then what the other youth name you call?
Maggie.
Maggie, and
Maggie.
you have Daniel Johnson to DJ.
Oh, I don't know Daniel. I know Maggie. Though Maggie, we don't give him a chance. The coaches didn't give him a chance. And that's one of the things we need to give younger players. They have to get opportunities to get the experience.
Yeah.
I didn't play a lot of defense because I'm more offensive, but some of my coaches, especially, let me call them in. Mr. Downswell and Burtis, they would say to me, no, you're not strong defensively, but they give me, excuse me, they tell me that we need 5 shots, we need 10 true pass, we need 3 free kicks. So they put more pressure on me offensively. Why we are telling the less defensive players, which that's not their character. You give them more responsibilities in offense, but yes, they have to come back in the defensive shape. When they lose the ball, they have to press the ball. But we keep criticizing. Some players are not mentally strong enough. Everybody is not mentally strong enough. So sometimes we have to know how to manage the players them also. Lucky for me, I developed that mental strength from early because of a lot of those criticisms. It's lucky I have a club like Harborview where I can express myself. And I never change my style of play because of the criticism. I learn and I train hard and I became better.
Yeah. You work on your strengths instead of trying to, go and learn to play this.
Man, I will never break my confidence because of criticism. Yes, I'll think about it and look into what somebody said, but you're not going to break me, trust me. And as I said, it's not every player is mentally strong. I have people around them that surround them that go and help them and give them that strength.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the more creative players, let's not criticize them for their lack of defensive creativity. But let's try and help them and improve them on their strengths and help them with their weaknesses more than criticize. Now the country need that and we don't have that. We kill we kill the creativity in the game. And it's been happening. So that's why when I look at the national team now, I think there's a lack of creativity. So we have to come together now and make it a team effort. And the so-called top players, big players, when they are in attacking positions or one-on-one or in the attacking third, we have to make it count and them have to bring out them creativity that way. Because we're lacking in creating a lot of chances in front of goal. So if we're lacking in creating chances, we have to play some tough defense as a team. That's how I look at it. That's why I'm not gonna name one specific player or 2 players. It's a team effort, but when it comes to the offense, so-called big players, we have to step up. If you're scoring goals in your club, you have to bring it to the national team. It can't look, you have to bring it to the national. As I said, you have to find a way. Demand it. Demand the ball.
Yeah.
Find a way in the box. Everybody have to play them part. Team effort, brother.
Definitely. Good word. A man sound like him step up in the lights here now. I understand.
I'm ready for the coaching job.
Yeah.
No.
Nice upgrade, I don't know.
No, man, but still they are the youth them. They in a academy, Atlanta Fire United.
Yeah, because say we have a youth from Atlanta who come over for the under 15 thing. Good look baller still, I mean, I see probably down the road. What's his name? I think his name is Singh.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think Paul Young, Paul Young, PY. Responsible. Okay. Good look baller. I came to try out. Very technically very, very good. But he's young, so you figure when them guys put on some do some strength work, good prospect for the future. I mean, can play on the right, cut in and Yeah, very, like I said, technically very sound, can
Yeah.
kick off left and all of them things there, you know?
You have good players here, man, who can play for Jamaica, especially young ones. It's just the organization of the thing. Because for
Yeah.
me personally, like when somebody come to me in terms of say a player for national team, I'm kind of iffy because I don't want to say yes, I can get you in or get a trial or whatever, and then when I try contact, I don't want someone to treat because if I introduce you a player into the system, I expect a certain type of treatment for that player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes kind of easy to introduce, and we have a lot of contacts in the GFA. But the players are out here, may I tell you, man, man. They are here, especially the young ones.
I believe you, man. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
it's
but
just to
Maestro,
get yeah,
yeah, man,
man.
Maestro, yeah, because you know, so we're there for a while, you know. You know, we have a little session we're going to do with some youth, you know, so it run up to them time there. And yeah, so we
Where
have a,
in Jamaica?
no, man, we're there over Florida here, so we have a session with some under 11. You know?
Oh yeah.
Big international coach landing at the place and they say, I have to do some work, you know. So we have a session, so we're gonna prepare and what line up, we're gonna do it and thing. You understand me? But coach means anything you want to say, we are going
Yeah,
to
man, me I run out, man. Continue to do what you do, what you doing, man. Jeremy and you the same.
Yeah, man.
I know you have
Respect,
a
coach.
wealth of knowledge and a wealth of respect we have for you, you know, as
yeah,
a
man.
caller we used to take in, you know.
Yeah, man.
Cause
So
Respect,
you
big
you
time.
have to jump on the show later, you know, Jeremy, and share them views, yeah, you know, over
Thing
by
that
the
send just you not still have my number, man. Just
yeah,
send
yeah,
me,
man, yeah, man.
just
yeah,
send me
man.
whatever.
All right, then, cool.
Alright, big up on
Yeah,
yourself, man. I'm gonna run now still, you know.
yeah,
So
Big
man.
coach
up.
means
Pleasure.
when you go on, you just send me the link and stuff, and we can make Maestro get it. You understand me?
Yeah, man, yeah, man. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, man. All right, cool, Maestro. All right, people. So that's it now. You know. You get a little bonus because the maestro there and we couldn't end the show, you know. So big up for yourself. I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. We have come to the end of this one. And as usual, when you get to this point, we ask you to hit the like button. We ask you to share. We ask you to subscribe. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Listen, all of you who subscribed to the channel today or yesterday or on Saturday, welcome to the platform. Get somebody else to subscribe as well. All right, thanks for all the super chats, all the super stickers, all the comments. You understand me? It was such good comments today. Not a lot of quarrel, not a lot of stuff. And sometimes some of the people are strange. If they say anything and you disagree with them, they unsubscribe because how they operate, and we have to change, right? Let me just give you some advice. If you believe that people have to agree with you for you to hear them out, you need to check yourself. You can't live your life like that, or you'll never grow, you'll never learn, and you'll never improve. We like contending views, right? So that we can make things better. All right? You know, we have to go, we'll be moving shortly to our next undisclosed location, but we're heading back home. You understand me? To yard in a little while. And then, you know, but we have some big plans for the platform. People, big up on yourself, you know, big up on yourself. Every single one of you. I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. And we say we are over. And we are OUT. You know how it is. Out of here.